Hey, thanks for coming back, checking out this video. Take 1 second, hit subscribe, really important to us. All right, so where we're heading here today is actually a Deep Portage Learning Center in Hackensack. Snowing today, got quite a bit of snow, so of course that makes the trails pretty slow, which is fine. But this one's different than any of the other ones that we've been to as far as cross-country skiing goes. We pulled into it. I had never been there before. Neither of us, my wife or I, have been there. The driveway was like 2-3 miles long. Took us forever. We're winding around, and it was really cool though, because a lot of old growth timber in there. We knew we were in the middle of nowhere as we're pulling up to it. So that's half the fun to us is to be in the middle of nowhere. No one around us skiing, no crowds of people. So that's enjoyable. The ski trails themselves is about 11 miles of ski trails, or 18 kilometers. And the difference with this one too is they have an open time and a closed time. So you actually go through these gates. The gates are open from 10 till 4. So I don't know what happens if you get stuck in there after 4, but you probably don't want to be the one to find out. So you got to make sure that you're out of there at a decent time. But as we're pulling in, there's just tons of rolling hills. Like I said, a lot of old growth timber. I noticed too, there's like a shooting range off to the left as we're pulling in. Also, there's all these buildings. So we pull up, we see all these solar panels, and it look like solar heaters. Buildings everywhere. And so I did some research on the website after we got home from skiing, and it turns out this is actually a learning center. So it's open to the public. It's a non-profit, essentially association. Almost looks like a member-based type of association. They do educational programs, bird education, of course, skiing, hunting training classes. Looks like canoeing. They have meeting facilities where they bring in groups, buffet-style food. Basically, you name it, it caters to that group-type environment. And from what I heard, too, from one of my friends that's been there, is they do also have like 175 sleeping areas or beds, so to say. So essentially it works as a camp too. So yeah, we walked in there, we put our skis on, and actually we started skiing. And as we're starting to ski, I noticed that there's this welcome center building. So we took our skis off, walked up there, we're like, hey, we got to check this out. So we walked into this welcome center, and there was no one in there. Lights were off. I flicked the lights on just to see. It is open apparently to the public, and there's just mounts and taxidermy everywhere. So it's really neat. Again, educational area, so you can see the differences in deer skulls, bear skulls, canine skulls versus just about every skull that you could imagine, and every bird mount that you could imagine in the state of Minnesota. So that was really neat. So we walked out of there, took off skiing. The ski trail that we took was here off to the right and to the north. It was a moderate ski trail, but when we were there, it was the only one that was groomed, so we really didn't have a choice. Like I said, we had gotten a bunch of snow. It was snowing as we were there, so we took that ski trail. But it was fun. A lot of downhill, uphill, downhill. So again, it's a trail that would warm you up, keep you entertained going up and down those hills.
Whoa!
So we did a big circle, looped around, came by the lake. We noticed some other areas like a bird center or bird education spot. So we went past that, and essentially did our giant loop and came home. So yeah, this is another one that's worth going to. We need to go back though. We didn't get to do all the trails. We probably did a few miles, I suppose, but we need to go back, and we're definitely going to be going back in the spring and in the summer to check out the trails, the walking trails, to see what that's all about.
You're so funny. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeehaw!
Yeah, there's some big old growth in this section. Yeah, I think it's huge. Cool trees in here. Watch your top knot.
So over the next 4 days here, we're going to be headed up to the North Shore. Actually going to stay at Grand Marais, and we'll head out to on the Gunflint Trail. It's about 50 miles west of Grand Marais. There's the Bandit ski trail into the Boundary Water, so we've been looking forward to that since last year we weren't able to get up there. So we'll check out the Bandit Trail, Cascades, maybe Gooseberry Falls, Lutzen, and a bunch of those different trails up in that neck of the woods. So we'll hopefully be able to release those videos here over the next few weeks. So hit subscribe, bottom right, and you'll be able to check those out as we put them out. To be warming up here